Hey everybody, this is Brody from CrossbowExpert.com coming to you today. And today, opening up a super cool new bow, the Assassin 400 takedown from Excalibur, 400 foot per second, brand new limb set on this bow, high output express limbs with the armor tips. We're super impressed with what we've seen so far, and we're going to put this bow through the ringer here in the next few weeks doing our testing process. So we're going to take one out of the box today, assemble it for you, and kind of show you what comes with it, and talk about some of the main features as well at the same time. So stick with us. All right, so one of the coolest new things about this new bow, the Assassin 400 takedown, is that it comes with the Explorer takedown case. I actually hunted with an Excalibur last year. I kept my bow in this Explorer case and I loved using it. It's an awesome case, plenty of pockets for everything, and a great size. It fits these takedown bows perfectly. Okay, and the next box here is the bow, of course. An Excalibur's traditional blue and cardboard, Canadian cardboard. I'm gonna open it up here. All right, we got the bow open, and the first things that we're gonna see when we look into the box are 4 ProFlight arrows. Like I said, this Assassin is a new micro bow, so we're gonna be shooting 16-inch or 16.5-inch ProFlights rather. Last year's Assassin, the 420 takedown, shot 18-inch ProFlights, so just a little notation to make there. We also have our 4-arrow quiver in True Timber Strata there, our fail-safe crank strap for the Charger crank. Digging a little deeper here, we get into the limb set. You can see here, this is Excalibur's new high output express limbs, and they have a new tip system on here too, armor tips. What's really cool about this new limb set is these limbs are actually made of 100% continuous strands of fiber from start to finish. There's no cut of fiber anywhere in the limb. And as you can see here, this limb set is extremely small for 400 foot per second performance. We got some sound deadening system on here, standard from the factory from Excalibur, and pre-strung with a gray micro string as well. So really excited. You can get a little peek of the takedown feature here as well. We'll show you a little bit more how that works once we get the bow assembled. And here's the stock itself. The Assassin, for the 3rd year in a row, featuring this true fit stock with adjustable butt plate and cheek piece. Super useful there, whether you're hunting in the spring or the fall, or I know for myself, my dad and I share our crossbow, and having a little bit of adjustability would be nice to switch between one or the other. So another reason to love the Assassin. You got your built-in crank here, the Charger EXT, super great crank. Of course, the ProShot ACP trigger, and this Assassin cocking system here as well. So we're really excited to get into this and start putting it together. A few final pieces to the puzzle here. We got a TACT 100 scope, owner's manuals, a sticker, and some registration information, and of course a foot stirrup and some assembly hardware. So there's no right or wrong answer to the order in which you assemble these crossbows. Me personally, I like to put the scope on first. So what I'm gonna do is go grab my gun vise. I'll be right back with that new Assassin 400 takedown on a gun vise, ready for a TACT 100 scope. So opening up the scope box, we get the TACT 100 scope, an awesome scope from Excalibur. We got red and green illumination, a speed ring that goes from 300 to 450 feet per second, super compact, and of course you got that 100-yard multiplex reticle making long-range shooting a breeze. We have really good luck with these scopes, and our shooters here really like them. What else comes in the package? You get a TACT 100 instruction booklet, you get a TACT 100 microfiber lens cleaning cloth, and you get a small Allen as well for the mounting rings. Now Excalibur is kind enough to pre-mount the mounting rings on here for us as well, and I have pretty good luck having them be pre-leveled when putting it on my gun vise here, on my crossbow stock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up these little 2 screws here and mount this. The one thing you will have to play with maybe a little bit is scope positioning. To get your eye relief correct, the distance from the back of your scope to the butt of the stock where your face is going to be looking through the scope. It's all personal preference, it's completely individualized, but I kind of know from personal experience that having my scope a little farther forward on the rail, but not too far, is going to work perfectly for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put some levels on here and see how she looks. Yep, and it's pretty good. So we're all set here. So the next step in assembling the 400 takedown from Excalibur is to mount the quiver bracket and the quiver bracket plate. Excalibur has changed up their quiver a little bit this year. We have this new Picatinny style mount that actually mounts to the riser here, and then off of that comes an extension arm, mounts using a little set screw here, and then that connects to your traditional Excalibur quiver bracket mount. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up all your hardware, and you're going to find the small Picatinny bracket. You're going to find this flathead Allen screw here, and then there are supplied Allen wrenches in here as well. So I am right-handed, which means I want my quiver going off of the right side. So I'm going to go over here on the right, and there's a little pre-drilled slot here, very easy to see on the front of the riser, and that's where you go ahead and mount this quiver bracket. Kind of a different system from this year from Excalibur, but so far I actually kind of like it. It works out pretty good, and this bracket arm holds the quiver out at a perfect distance. So I'm going to go ahead and get this screwed in here. So the next thing we're going to do is attach the quick release bracket to the bracket extension arm here. You want the open side facing the front of the bow. That's to ensure that your quiver is sliding in and attached to your bow the right way, like such. So you're going to want to put the open end towards the front, and that's done using 2 supplied flat Allen screws with nuts here. So it's very simple. You just put the nut through the quiver bracket into the quiver bracket extension arm and tighten it down on these 2 nuts. So now that we got the quick release mounted, we're going to go ahead and mount the whole unit onto the bow. This actually just slides right onto that Picatinny rail we mounted earlier. And there's a small set screw here that you tighten down with the supplied Allen key right there. Get her nice and tight. And there you go. Quiver is mounted. And that's not going anywhere. And then you can see here Excalibur's quiver mounting system. We've seen this same style here for many years. So nothing to it, just like that. And the next step is going to be to actually mount the foot stirrup. Again, nothing real hard here. We just have this new overmolded foot stirrup by Excalibur, and we're going to insert a couple of Allen screws into the front of it here. And there you go. Your foot stirrup is installed. And you can see now we can operate the quick lock function here, which uses the foot stirrup to operate. Push this blue button, pull the foot stirrup back, slide it off, slide it on, latch the foot stirrup, you're locked and ready to go. So at this point, your assassin is pretty much already assembled. This is really everything that you're going to need to do. See here, I'm going to attach it using the quick lock, and you're in, just like that. Doesn't get any simpler. The Assassin 400 takedown from Excalibur in True Timber Stratus shown here. Super great bow. I cannot wait to do some more testing with this. We've shot it at our range indoor here out to 30 yards behind me, but we're really excited to get outside and stretch its legs. We're just waiting for this Wisconsin weather to break and give us something at least over freezing. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. In the next one, you're going to probably see us shoot this bow out to 50 or 60 yards and see what kind of groupings she can get. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, and thanks for subscribing to Crossbow Experts on YouTube. And as always, you can find the 400 takedown from Excalibur and all of our other crossbows available on crossbowexpert.com.